Hello. I'm trying this. I've never successfully streamed on YouTube before, so I'm testing this out. I'm working on a video for my other channel, my main channel, which is all about the math and programming, and it's more scripted videos. So I'm trying to put all my streams here. But what I'm working on right now is I've got this line of J code that I've made a whole video about, and I've scripted it and recorded it, and it's just kind of it's a little like the video walks through every character in here, basically from left to right almost, and or it kind of jumps around a little bit, and I kind of wanted it's a little disorienting, I guess, and I wanted to highlight the text and put some like little titles in there to kind of show you like where we are in the talk, and like make a little map of so, first, let me just make sure that YouTube is actually recording and or broadcasting this. I guess I should record it locally just in case. I don't know if I'm gonna. The point of this channel is this is kind of like raw streams, so I may or may not ever do anything with this. Looks like I'm live. Let me just see if picture shows up. Oh, there I am. Woohoo! Okay, so I think that's working. And I tweeted it, so I don't know. Maybe people will show up, maybe not. But in any case, this will be up on YouTube for eternity, I guess, provided it works. All right, so so I've made this video already. I've recorded it and I've kind of edited it. Like it's ready to go. I just I was not happy with the way the way it kind of the way I was unhappy with the way that it provides context. So I wanted to make this more well, like I said, I wanted to draw some animations here. So I've gotten as far as putting a rich text label here, and it looks like I put in Fira code, so I've got a font hooked up. I can make this. So this is Godot 3.3, and I've used Godot to make a couple animations for previous videos, and in addition to like making little games and stuff. It's got a pretty nice animation feature set, so you don't have to. It's a nice tool for animation, and then it's also got a pretty nice scripting language. And I made some work on like some. I'm not going to show it right now, but I've got like this like visualization of how the J parser works. It's not really ready to go, but it uses this kind of animation engine, and so it seems like a pretty nice way to I don't need this to do like animations, program like a mix of programming and a mix of scripted and like hand drawn animations. So you can, we'll see. So like for example, so there's kind of two things I'm thinking right now. One is that I want to put some like little like rectangles behind these things that say like I don't know, like that would like highlight this. So maybe I'll just draw what I want to do. So I can say rectangle color rect maybe. Color rectangle, I saw that. That is a control. So controls have to be laid out by a canvas. I think there's maybe that's not entirely true. I think they can be laid out by a canvas, but they don't have to be. Not a canvas, but like a container. Is there just like a quad? No. So node 2D, copy camera 2D, canvas modulate. I don't know. We're going to try rectangle. Right here. So just do it and see what happens. So I think we can arrange it so if we move this up, it will be. Can't see. Let's set the color to like Okay, I want to highlight that in green. So maybe like that. Can I lock this in place? I can. I believe there is a way to lock it. Don't hide it, but I can also lock it. Okay, so it's over here for some reason. All right, so now we can move this here and well, okay, so everything in that little section is like view map. So let's see, copy this. I can Control D to duplicate. Yes, I can. All right, so we'll put that there and that there. So like that's section 1. That's like view map thing. This draws the Mandelbrot set. if I didn't explain that. All right, so we're going to duplicate that again. So let's see. Green. We'll call it VM1, VM0, and VM1. We're going to duplicate that, and we're going to call it the complex plane 1, complex plane 0. How about whatever? As long as I know what they are. These aren't. Right, so we'll have some other code for that. So all of this is the complex plane, or draws a section of the calculates a section of the complex plane. Maybe make that some other color, coded. I'm expecting this to be. I'm expecting to color code this in a the text part too. So I've got I've got this line here, and it's color coded here. So I'm gonna write some J code in a minute to generate BB code. So it looks like if I go here, I can't move this, but I can go into the text here, and I can say like I believe you can say font color equals red or whatever, and then maybe it's just color. Let's see, font. Nope, doesn't like font. Oh, enabled. So we should look at BB code and figure out what the way to do that is. Yeah, BB code colors. Okay, so color equals color, easy. And that probably will forget this and have to look at it again. Oh, wait, so this is the original text. Okay. Okay. And so now we'll put color. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, there we go. So we'll say color CC. And I don't even know what color this is. And then we'll say color. Okay. Maybe I can't do color. Let's try that again. All right. Well, color equals color. Color name or number code. Okay. So color, just color equals. Not color, but color equals color. There we go. All right, so we have the ability to write different colors. So let's make this big again. And I think, you know, we'll like, I'm not going to do this by hand, but just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that color equals number. I'm going to do like the first part by hand. 999999. I think we can say 999 here, right? Maybe, we'll see. So then color equals 999, which would be like a light gray or medium gray. And I wonder if we can do, let's see, let's do color equals magenta for the I think this is like same thing for that because that's a number, and so I'm just gonna do this one little part, and so then color equals gold or something, and gold. And obviously I need to remove the because they're names. All right, let's see. I wonder if we put yeah, okay, so that worked, but maybe it didn't work. Let's see. First, I wanted to do that so that the whole thing was like nested correctly, and then in fact, I could probably, if it allows nesting, I could do that and save some space. So, okay. Let's see. Looks like it didn't like the names. So I see that it's colored that in, but it didn't like the named colors. So let's do that more. So what is magenta? No, that's some red and some, so maybe C, or maybe C, and then like that. Then gold would be lots of red, not much green, and then oh yeah, some greens are like that. That's C3 or something. Gold. All right. Didn't like that. I just want to get to like the logic working right, the basic format of this working right, and then I'll generate. Oh, and we need the. There we go. All right, so that would and we would do that for all this, and we will generate that from JPrez. So JPrez is my tool for making presentations, and you can page back and forth through this stuff. And so like this is all the text of the presentation that I've already made. But like I said, it just I'm jumping around a lot, so I want to clean it up a little bit. I want to give this kind of like this navigation, these little titles, animated titles. So, jumping around through this line. All right, so we'll use the same tool to generate the BB code here at some point. For now, I just wanted to show that I can do it, make sure that I can do it. And so really, there's just, I guess it's just 3 sections. What did I call it here? We have getting the complex plane. So all this part is the complex plane. We have the colors. So that's that. And then the view mat itself. And then the Mandelbrot. Yeah, so it really is 3. So, and this is the Mandelbrot equation part right here, or the formula that you apply to the, what would you call it, a differential equation maybe? I don't know. You take some number, you take whatever number you're currently looking at, you square it, and you add the original number. And you keep doing that, but you remember that original number for every point on the plane. So, and that's what this says in J. Let's do it 9 times. and this transposes it. But really, this is the Mandelbrot set, and then this is like oh well, this is part of the coloring part. So this is the Mandelbrot equation, and then this is the shading, the gradients down here. So really, there's really 4 sections. Because without the shading, you get the it looks like that. So and then you do it 9 times, and then you add these numbers together, and then that gives you the coloring. Because basically you track each point, and whenever it gets more than two units away from the origin, then it turns white. So you track that over however many iterations you want, and then you add all those Boolean zeros and ones together to get this. Oh, it says 2 people might be watching. I don't know if it says I don't know how to interpret that. I've never had anyone. I don't know if someone's watching. Maybe say hi in the chat. No, I'll know that. My guess is people came by and I scared them away. I don't know. Sometimes I put some thought into like how I'm going to present stuff as I go along, but right now this is purely experimental. Okay, well. All right, well, I can do about that. Okay, so yeah. All right, so anyway, back to Godot here. Let's go ahead and make one of these for. I want this to be one for the so the Mandelbrot equation. That would be this part. Probably I should pick better colors. And then this is the gradient part. Gradient. Color hub. So probably that'll be. This ought to be like driven by a style sheet or something. Doesn't matter for what I'm doing here. This is experimental, right? So, all right. So, I think okay. So now we're gonna put like a need another font called. What is that font called? Font I use this one. Park Bold. My normal font for like titles and stuff. So now I would put like another piece of text. Text. Oh, I think we just say label here. I don't need rich text. I've done this in the past. So in the last time I did this, I actually did like I made like an animated widget and like types out the text and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to animate. I don't know. We'll see what I do. But for now, let's put. So I guess I want a label for each one of these things. So rendering. colors maybe. So the colors. Oh, but I actually have to say colors is the text. That's the name of the colors. Right, so to do that, you say a little tricky, not tricky, but you have to, you know, this is, it doesn't rely on you having any kind of fonts installed. So do I need custom fonts or do I just need font? I think it is. I think it's a custom font. You can have a theme, right? But so a new dynamic font. So like a true type font, and we load the font. I don't have one loaded yet, so edit. You pick the font and you pick the font data. Code maybe. Yeah. And settings 40. Bigger than that, 50. Oh, I should. Okay, so there. Now that I'm sizing things, I did a little bit of this. I sized that text. So this is what it thinks the size of the screen is going to be, and I want it to be this big. So I need this to be 1028 by what is it? 1092 by 1020, 1080p. All right. So window 1098 by 1080. Order this, huh? I think it doesn't need to be resizable, but it does need test width. I don't know what that is. I'm running the game, useful for testing stretch modes. Order list. Let's try this and see what happens, what it does. If I run this now, I'll get the window, and I bet I can't move it. Yeah, that's my problem. Oh, it's also not. I got the numbers wrong. Settings. Is it 1090? I'm just going to look it up. 1080p resolution. 1920 by yeah, it's 1920 by 1920 by 1080. And then we'll turn this off because I want to be able to move. Close. Run. Here we go. I wonder if you can tell it. I wonder if you can tell it where to spawn the window. Things. Always on top. No, I don't want that. Resizable. I could probably move that, but I'm not going to worry about it. Like I could probably write a script that loads on start to move it. How hard can that be? That's fine. Let's figure it out. So let's go ahead and write a screen script, create, and then we'll say Godot move window. So you might not be able to do this when position window. Of course, you've got to be able to do it. Like tap window when running either. You got to be able to do it because you know. Oh well, actually that's fine. Editor settings run tree. Okay, so that's not what I was wanting to do, but editor settings. I mean, that's what I actually wanted to do. It doesn't need to be on the rect drop down. Run and oops, editor settings. Run window placement. Centered. There's editor. And 1920 by 10. And there's like I think by 1050. Because there's like the Windows bar at the bottom of the screen. Let's try that. But now we need to compensate for the window itself, so maybe move it back like 20 or something. So editor settings. We'll just move it to 1900 and move it up even more to like 1020. Yeah, that's good enough. We got a little border on the right hand side over here, but all right. Let's just be, why not? This is for posterity, right? I needed to move it that way, right? So I should probably just make it slightly bigger. So did it work? Left side is right, but it's too wide. So. Project settings. So we'll just make it 1930. Slightly 19. When we run it, it should. Not quite because we moved it. editor. It's 19 and still needs to be moved up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So now we want we got the text working, and then the point of that was to render it and see if the text was big enough. I think that's readable. We can make it bigger though. We can always make it bigger. Always make your text bigger. When you think it's big enough, it's not big enough because people want. Why am I? I've got a 4K screen here, and I'm using this like kindergarten font here, kindergarten size font, because that's how it needs to look on the screen. All right. All right. So, can I set a background color on that? I think there is a way to do that, but I'm just going to put another rectangle on it, and I'm going to put these little rectangles into groups. All right, let's see colors. All right, so we want this to be larger, right? So not just font, but dynamic font size. And we'll make it like 72. Seems so small. How about 90, 98? Again. All right, so what's the colors? So the view mat, it does the colors. Maybe I'll put them all as children of the label, and do this again. Before we do that, let's duplicate all this complex plane. Duplicate and call this Mandelbrot. And duplicate it and call it gradient or color. Well, okay, gradient. Yeah, I guess this and this kind of go together. That's actually like two different things. So coloring. Coloring is a different part. And then so we just, I guess the first part is really UMAT, the visualization. So first we're because like if you saw the text or the demo here somewhere here, yeah, if you don't color it, you get your ViewMat will color it for you, and you can get something like that. So that's just using VM and or ViewMat, and then when we add the coloring stuff, then we so the first part of the coloring is this little chunk right here, and the second part is this little chunk right here. So that's the product. But in the presentation itself, I start with this. In fact, I start with so let's see how I do this. I start with just the complex plane. So that's where we're going, and then we make the complex plane, and then we visualize it. And then we add the colors. So I think I'm going to call this visualization. This is going to get weird now because text here is, let's call it ViewMat. So ViewMat, this is plane. Complex plane, ViewMat. Mandelbrot set, and then the gradient or the shading, the shading. All right, so then, ViewMat goes under ViewMat. Visualization here, ViewMat. Put them at the top, ViewMat. And then I want to make another one of these that goes here so we can see the, okay. So in that case, we want a child node that is just a node 2D. We're going to call that ViewMat here. And this will be under here, and then these will all because you can't have a child. If you wanted the label to be the root, then all of its children would be drawn on top of it, so you can't give it a background. All right, so this is going to be, I'm just called label, and this will be ViewMat. Add a parent. Reparent to new node. 2D, yeah. Reparent to new node. Node 2D. And reparent to new node. that Mandelbrot. This coloring, duplicate plane. All right. So now all of this can go. This can go all the way down to the bottom. There we go. All right. So complex plane goes into complex plane. Mandelbrot goes into Mandelbrot, and gradient goes into coloring. I call it gradient. The redundant, so it's hot label. Okay, so then now we'll duplicate this and put that here, and again move that to. So I guess, all right, so do I need this? Not important. Get this. I don't want it. Okay, I don't know how to hide that thing. Or maybe it's because it's running, and then when you stop it goes. Oh. I could have sworn you could hide this. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the thought is, this is going to be the size of the screen. So this probably needs to be, I guess, in the middle of the screen. So it's like it's going to be like a cut scene where this is in the middle, or this line is in the middle, and then whatever we're looking at will be there. So I'm going to hide like different things. So let's see what we're going to do here. This. So I guess pick up everything. Unlock this. So pick up everything, and we're going to move it to the center of the screen, more or less. Can I get rid of that? Fortunate under editor settings. Editor. So hide. No, that's not what I want. I don't. That's the second. There's a second window here. I want to hide the output panel. Oh, okay. You just click it. That's kind of weird. All right. Okay, so now we're going to have you know, this is advertised as like animation, but like the nice thing about Godot, I found, is that you kind of just draw what you want, think about it, and then you know you can start, you know, you can add it. You know, it's a very visual like thing. So you know we can, it's kind of interactive. So now when I say view mat, it'll do that. You know, it'll highlight that part. And then in the next section, we'll do the complex plane. I should put them in the order of the presentation. So by the time we do the complex plane, we've already... No, okay, so we start with the complex plane. Then we do view mat. So in the complex plane, we need a label for the top part. Duplicate that. Oops. That is why I locked it. So lock that. Now we take this, move it up here. Put this to the bottom. This here. And now we can... You know, I'll clean this up and make it exact later. I'm just trying to get like the basic concept of this animation here. So then we turn that off, and then the next one will be view mat, and then the next one is Mandelbrot thing. Right, so we draw it, we visualize it, because otherwise you just have numbers. So we're going to visualize it the whole way. Then we're going to do the Mandelbrot set section, and then yeah. This whole little section is kind of a tangent, but it's cool. I thought it looked kind of cool. It kind of explains how the... I guess this is really part of the gradient. Okay, so then yeah, so that once you hit that, that's the gradient. So these are the pieces. These are the pieces of the gradient, or the frames of the simulation, or whatever. These are the steps of the simulation, and then you add them together to get the gradient. So that would be the final gradient section. Is well, I mean this little... I guess this is also part of the gradient, right? So when we do this, I really should say like this one little character is part of the gradient. Because without that one character, you'd have the you just have the... You would just have the final picture without the black and white picture. Okay, so then the Mandelbrot part. Yeah, when I draw it, I'll draw that part, but... yeah, okay. And then, so for that, we want to also put the label down here. Color-coded part. Gotta decide what the colors are going to be, because it's not going to be this. It's ugly. I'm kind of thinking that maybe I do want to. So when I last time I did this, the animations I did for this, they were for this. Last time I used Godot for animations, I used the where's the little window? Where's the project manager? I can bring it up. Project, new project. I don't want not quit. I'm just going to open a second Godot link. Slides maybe, yeah. So here, this is all done with Godot here, and that's kind of like my. I'm trying to use that animation more often for titles. I wonder if I can use that and kind of adapt it for this. Let's see what it does. I guess I did like a programmatic animation. No, what I did is I set these are attributes on the this is title. So you go here and then you have attributes on this. You can change that. I'm not sure why it's not visible right off the bat there, but you can. This ought to be showing like. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this works. Because this is that node right here. So if those things are set on it, it should be. Oh, I see. When you stop it, now the text length is 0. But if you set this to like 5, and you set this to like 0 or whatever. I don't know. These properties are all animated, and so then the animation is being generated. So the animation is being generated by the script. So yeah, you tell it here what your titles are going to be, and then when you run the script, it runs all this. So it's not like you can just see the animation. But you can design animations that way. I don't know if I did it that way and then it evolved to like I seem to remember doing like visual animations that way, and I guess I must have replaced it with like purely programmatic kind of thing. I'm not sure. Oh no. It looks like there's only one keyframe, so that makes me think that these are the keyframes. So you would think there'd be like another keyframe somewhere off on the right over here. It doesn't look like it. There's nothing on. Yeah, so these are purely property setters. We set the stripe, length, width, set the text. And as you said it, then it changes the labels. You know, it recalculates the label's actual text. So this node has the full string, and then the label shows however much of it you want to show. Oh, maybe this thing is in the way. There we go. Okay. There's a shutter there, so that's what it was. I wanted something so I could see the cut, because all I did was I recorded this in the full screen OBS to get the. As far as I know, there's not like a way to have Godot generate like movie. It just renders directly to the screen. So I just recorded the screen to get the pieces, and then I just took that video footage and into the video editor. So now if I go here and I change to like 5 or something like that, yeah. So as I don't know if you can drag this up and down, but you know, as you do 1, 2, 3, and so on. As I don't have like a little spinner up there. I must not have told it that it's integer. Oh, I told it it's a float. I don't know why it would be a float, it would be an integer. So if it's an int, then now we should have this here. See it type. Anyway, so I guess the shutter's in front of it so that there was like a cut between the two. So clear, I could see exactly what frame it ended on or whatever. Cut. Whatever. I'm just gonna put this in. That's under version control. All right. I might wind up using that. I don't know. I kind of just want to block this out right now. Okay, so what I was thinking is that for the gradient here, everything here would be up here. This would be here. This would be here. And then this would be down here. All right, so duplicate that. I was thinking like, oops. So maybe this one, or I was kind of thinking like do something like this. Like all the way to the end. You know, and then even maybe something up here. And again, I'll make this pixel perfect later, but something like that, like so you could see that it's maybe even this. Just draw like a little bracket kind of thing. And one more of these here. And I was thinking the background would just be the actual video. So like this would be superimposed on top of this thing. I wonder if you, now I'm wondering if you can make the window transparent and I can just demonstrate this. Not demonstrate it, but I could just visualize it. I don't think you can. Maybe. That looked like that first window was transparent, and then this is not. So, editor settings. I really thought it's not editor setting. It's world. Scene. Material. I really thought the thing was called like worlds. Scene, run, color, maybe. Environment. All clear color. We'll just turn the alpha off. Interesting. Possible per pixel transparency. I just did that. And project settings display. Come on. And we're going to guess project settings display window. Come on, Google. Am I offline completely? Wouldn't surprise. I can see Twitter. Okay. How do you see the cached version of the page these days? Display window, per pixel transparency allowed. Maybe it's a bug. It's weird because the first window shows up the way I want. Can you paste this in here? I'm not gonna spend too much time working on this. See, the first window is transparent. I don't know why the second window is not transparent. Clearly, the engine can handle that. I know this is not important at all. I just think, you know, if it's possible, I should be able to do it. Allowed, enabled. Okay, don't know why that's the case, but there we go. All right, cool. So now we can visualize this on top of the actual video. Okay, so now I guess I do need my window to actually be the right size. Now that it's spawning in the right place, let's go ahead and project settings. Let's go change that. So make it borderless now that it's in the right place. I don't know how to close the window then. That's my problem. I think I just hit Alt F4 though. Yeah, then I hit Alt F4. Yes, and then we've stopped it. We close the window. Because you can't click on it anymore. You can't move it. Or maybe you can. I don't know. Let's see. Oftentimes you can say like Alt space and then M. Maybe you can't see what I'm doing, but find the window in the Windows taskbar and move it. No, I don't get a menu or anything from that. So this is like a transparent screen over the window, so I can't do anything. And I don't get a window menu. So I have to Alt F4 to kill it. Since it's covering or you could click that button if I didn't set it to cover this thing for the stream. All right, so in that case, now I can make this show up right on top of Putty. So Putty's going to look a little bit different than that. Oh, I can't do that. Putty. Oh, I guess I hit Alt Tab as well. Putty goes here, and then I make it. Actually, I think this is how I set it up. What is this? That is right. So, so when I do this for the recording, I would move this down a little bit, move my whole window up. I'll make the font. Well, you can't see the font. Reload, and then you can press F2 to swap the top and bottom parts. Then I can move forward and then put the console stuff on the screen. Let's just move forward, blah, blah, blah. So we're in the middle of this. I don't know, I might, nice little halo on my green screen. Yeah. Okay, so now when we put this here, the word complex plane is slipping over the edge. All right, so go back to the scene. Oh, we can see that. Okay, so that should be the actual line or whatever. That should be the. Let's select everything. Disable the. Select wow. Move it there. Hard to tell if the original is centered now with all the stuff around it. Right, all this. Just make sure each one is visible. This really ought to be in the center. Right, I'm going to make it. Can I make it 100? There's a rectangle. Position 0. Size 10. 1920. 80, whatever. And then position is a little bit off because this is off. That should be position 0. Mean form should be 0. Now when we go to this one should be 20. I think we said it was 1925 or that. And then we want this to be centered. Center it. That if I just say center, that'll work. Maybe not. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. I have no idea how to make it center. I guess I could look that up, but or I could just center it. Oh, it is centered. Okay, it is. It is. Somehow I lost track of the fact that it was centered. I'm actually not sure. Like, I don't think it immediately centered when I had to do that. All right, so there's my text. And can I make that visible? No, that doesn't affect. Okay, so let's make these visible now. And so we'll say move the complex plane part. What? Come on, man. I would think I want these to be kind of aligned. So however these are, I think I have a make that line same for both. And then the background will do. We'll do separately. Now, come on. So lock this. That. Now this. This here. I don't know if I'm going to animate this or not. I kind of just wanted to show the map. Like I might just make this a static image and just draw these pieces. We'll see. Like I don't want to spend like infinity amount of time on every. I just like I want it to be like a little bit of a ratchet where like I learn something and increase the quality of the video, but not spending thousands of years doing this. On the other hand, I don't know. Like once I get this basic technique down, next time it'll be easier to do. So I should standardize the heights of all these. We'll call this one the BG. So BG. I'm going to call the rectangle. That one looks like it is 102. So we're going to call it exactly 100 pixels. All right. So we're going to make a background for this one, whichever one is the background already. Call that one BG. And make that 100 pixels. 100. Okay. Same thing for this one, complex plane. Okay. BG and is 100. But maybe move it down. And so this one we also want so 50. Nope. Negative 50. Negative 50. And if I say negative 60, 50, I think it's fine. Also, then for the gradient. Oh, but hang on, the complex plane has now slipped out of the. After when I moved it, it slipped off that line. I'm going to move the line. Now we'll move the gradient one up. About right. And now the label for here is, background label here is, so 100 pixels and at negative 50. All right. Sounds good. I think if I've called it BG, then it's 100 already. 100. BG 100. Gradient BG is. Okay, so all of those are the same height. I guess I should do the same thing for. Oh, for ViewMat, the label off. Move that down. Over to the right a little bit. So now how do I get rid of these? I just all right, so then for this one I want like a little bit more room. Yeah. This one. If I can make them all the same weight. Size is 50. Y is 120. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll adjust the widths. So that's fine. The gradient could go with this. The gradient, but I think this is fine. No, you know, I'm gonna put all three. I'm gonna put like a little bar. All right, so view mat here. I want this one to go to the right. This needs to go to the right as well. Faster. No. Drag it that way. This that. Terrible way to draw. All right, so we got view mat, complex plane. All right, so then the gradient, now we need one more for the gradient. So let's duplicate it. We'll move it this way. This way. And obviously these are not the right colors. Like this. Duplicate that and move it up a little bit. Duplicate it again and make 3 copies of it. Duplicate it again and do like that. Now have it come out like this. Make up, up. I don't know if there's much knowledge being shared here today. But that's the point of this channel. Whatever I'm working on, I'm just gonna film it, and if people want to watch, they can watch. And if you want to fast forward, feel free to fast forward. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. At least not edit it that much. So these two have like descending letters, and they don't. None of the others do. And I think that I made it too high. So the gradient, the background for those, I'm going to drop them down by Let's move the y down to like negative 50. Oop, wrong way, negative 45. Right, so when I remove the gradient thing, the Mandelbrot set is clear. Okay. And the Mandelbrot set one is too wide. That should be right there because it includes the tilde, but the -1 is part of the complex plane, or the camera, or whatever the camera part. I like that. That's pretty. I think that's nice. It looks nice. Let's duplicate this one more time. I'm kind of thinking I'll just go with these colors. Kind of ugly, but then again. And so then this one is actually part of the CPX. All right, that goes into complex. Well, I would leave it that way if it weren't for the fact that I wanted to syntax highlight things. And like this is not a very nice syntax highlighting color. Maybe I don't syntax highlight this. Let's see, how wide are these things? I'll think about that. I've got a video to ship tomorrow, so I don't. I have more time to do this, so the size, the width is going to be, let's call it 24. Make this one 24. Let's make all of these 24 width. I think I was basing it around the width of that character right there. So hang on. Let's make that slightly smaller than, we'll call it whatever size this is. That'll be the 22. So we're going to make them all 22 wide. And someone's at my door. I'll be back in 1 second. Hang on. And the baby's awake. It's a portal to another dimension. Okay. So yeah, so 22. They're all 22 now? They're all 22. And then so we can just make this. I'm pretty sure I did that before. I must have hit undo. All right, so then we want this one to be 22 high, this one to be 22 high. Rectangle height should be 22. So it's a little bit square. Is this one 22 as well? I don't think I got that one. That's too wide. It's way too wide. And so now that needs to move down a little bit. And this one, is this 22? Rectangle. That's 22. And then that looks right to me. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe possibly move this one up a little. All right, so let's run that and see how it looks on top of JThread. I don't see the. Oh yeah, I do. Like at the bottom of the OBS window. How did that happen? Oh, I see what happened. I hit undo. I think the undo stack might have a either has a bug or I was just the font was too small and it looked like I was. I probably need to move that again. I guess I only need to move it if it looks like it needs to move, right? This also looks like it probably needs to change, so I say this was like -45. Nope. The background is okay. I don't think these are lined up anymore. I think I screwed that. No, they are. But I think these need to move down. I'm going to move both of these up by one. Nope. this one and this one, and just move them up like 3 pixels. That's about right. All right, so if I'm gonna, I think these all actually look pretty decent except for the color. All of these need to be a different color. I'm okay with the colors for everything else. I need to pick a color that, see that? I do like a reddish color. Oh, that actually looks kind of nice. There we go. Make it even darker. Or darker like that. You want dark colors because the text is light. I think I'm going to darken all of them. No, I don't like the purple. No, I like that. I like how it's kind of like red, purple, blue. And I'm okay with this. But then the VMAT part needs to be a little bit darker, and I think I'm good. Do that one. It's still it's too light. I'm okay with this. So maybe rather than an animation, I'll think about this overnight. But I think what's going to happen, so we start out with just the text. We will have it completely syntax highlighted. Maybe I'll make a scene. Oops. Scene. I want one more rectangle. And I'm just going to make a background. Just so I can see it on a dark background without having to. So we have that. That'll be on the screen. And then either it'll be just like a dark screen like this, or I really think I'm going to like rather than just have like a pause and put this here, I'm just going to like superimpose this at the top of the screen. Maybe with like a nice drop shadow or something. Like maybe make like a bar like this. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so then we start out talking about UMAT. So we'll do that. View matte is the very first step, and then we talk about. Then we go on to the complex plane. And so I actually kind of think that this is going to be on screen at all times. I might have to re-record this part, but that's easy. I just press a button. I just press F9. In theory, I press F9. And it goes through that. There's no face cam in the video, so, or at least on that part of the video. I got bookend, start intro and outro, but then so then Mandelbrot set. I think that, yeah, I think I'm just going to have this on screen at all times while we do this. Or I don't know, maybe we'll see. It takes up a lot of the screen, right? Like half the screen. Maybe to show it at the end. Making a quick little review. Or I could shrink this whole thing. Like I could shrink the entire scene. So if there's project settings, I make this resizable, close, run it again. Then now I should be able to settings, need the border. Turn the border off, and now it's should be resizable. Ooh. Oh, right, because I put this on there. So maybe what I want to do is like, oh, that's interesting. Let's try that. I was like maybe I could like use this to. So let's move me. Here's what I would look like. I think that's too dark. Let's try that again. Like it's kind of nice. Maybe I can make this like yeah, like that. Like just a shadow. A little bit of a shadow. So let's run that again. And now this is here. Can you even tell there's a shadow there? Yeah, but it's very subtle. Make it even darker. No, it's just, we'll make it, yeah, about 128. 127. 7F in it. Okay, so run that again. And move it to move this, then bring that back up. And yeah, I like that. Like this is, what is that? Something behind my window here. Oh, okay, so the Godot window is open. It's like, it's not pixel perfect. I had this pixel perfect, but then when you change the font size, you have to recalibrate it a little bit. So it would just be like that on top. Maybe I just make like a circular shadow and then, yeah, I think this is actually fine. Because I can put it here at different parts of the scene. All right, so what I need to do though, I need buttons that toggle each of these things. Because I've got to record this as an animation. I think I'm gonna record it as well. I think what I'll actually do is I'll compose it in DaVinci Resolve, and I'll use green screen. So we'll make this bright, and pick some weird color. Burn your eyes out there. Sorry, but we'll pick that as the color, and then the video software, compositing software, knows how to alpha that out. And that way I can record, because the thing that records it isn't going to be able to. I'm not going to be record. I'm going to record it just on a blank screen. So I'll go to like. I'll go to like here, and then I guess really I want this to be like full screen. And so I'll run it like that, and then record it this way. And then when I compose it, I could even put 2 copies of this here and make it, do like a Gaussian blur or something. I'm happy with this. This. I'm not happy looking at this nasty green color, right? I think now that the green light, the green light is shining on me, so the green screen is gonna freak out. Okay, so let's get rid of that for now. Yeah. Okay. So we'll make that black for now, and then we'll make it nice and green when I actually record. All right. So the only thing I think that I need to do right now is for the rest of today is generate the BB code. I could do this by hand, but this is supposed to be a programming channel. Oh no! So I need 2 things. I need to record the. I need a key that I can press. So I'm just gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's do that. Process. So if key come on, input key pressed key just come on, I know how to do this. I don't remember what it is. Input key is key input just could have sworn that okay, so is there not just a is key pressed or just pressed? No key just pressed. Oh, I'll just do it on input, yeah. Or I define action keys. So let's do it the right way. Is just pressed. Right, so project settings, input map action. Add key. Press key 1. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Action. Show, you know what, toggle I'm just gonna call them toggle 1, toggle 2, toggle 3. Toggle 1. All right, so here it is done. Toggle 1. So press that key and 1. Okay. Toggle 2. Key 2. Nope. Toggle 3. This is so you can, like set up keyboard, mapping and all that stuff. Toggle 4. A little extra work, but I think it's probably not necessary for this. But now you can get the just pressed event rather than just is it held down. All right, so is action just pressed? Toggle 1. Then then you can say, to get that node, you say which one is first. All right, let's put them in order. In the scene, so we say ViewMat is first, then the complex plane. So we're going to show ViewMat and the complex plane, and the Mandelbrot set, and the gradient. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I want. Now, here. Then really just complex plane visible equals not complex plane. So I'm going to say toggle func toggle object. So object dot visible equals not object visible, and then we'll toggle complex plane. And same thing. 2, then we will toggle. Oh, this would be ViewMat. Then complex plane, then Mandelbrot, then gradient. All right, what is this complaining about? Warning. Okay, sure, you got it. All right, so now one. Ooh, that's weird. Oh, I probably didn't change the numbers. Toggle, yeah, toggle 3 and toggle 4, and then by default we want them all to be invisible. All right, so what is it, F5? All right, so then we start out, we hit 1, we hit 2, we hit 3, we hit 4, and we hit 5. Okay, so I just have to record that now. I just have to record whatever combinations I want. It doesn't really even, I could just take screenshots. But I'm not animating them. That's neat. So okay, so if I could do like build it up, or I could say, okay, here's 1, and here's 2, and here's 3, and here's 4, and only show the part as, yeah, maybe as I'm talking about this part, I'll only show that part, and then at the end I'll say, and now you understand this line. Or hopefully you understand this line. Yeah, I think I'm not going to worry about animation other than this toggling. So all I want to do now is I want to get the BB code for this thing. All right, so that I can do in J. Let's reset our window. So back where it belongs. Move it up 1 step. Prez doesn't like it when the screen gets resized. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm going to take this line as it exists in. Whoops. What's wrong with that? Oh, I think, yeah, I commented out the comment. Okay, so whatever. So is it just dbcode.ijs? I don't know where that came from. So, all right. So in J we would say load JLEX. No, it's tangent storm JLEX. Oh, the colors don't come in JLEX. They come in. Right, so hang on. So let's. The colors I use are all in here, right? REPL maybe? Maybe the colors are in JLEX. Let's see. No. Not there. Syntax line. No. Toke. The token editor. So J color, ET color. This is what I want. I want to rewrite this thing. So BB code. So we call BB color. I think that's all I need. So now BB color. So line is equal to. It starts a definition, so that's a multi-line string. So that's my string. Then BB color line. All right, so in theory, do I have to import or something concurrent? Insert or anything? No. So I think that's just top level now. So, hey, can you come in here? I'll be done in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, so jcolor. Jcolor gives us the color. PT is token and type, and so then instead of this, we need to say we're just building up a string, because this is just building up the VT escape code. So here we're going to say color equals comma jcolor TT comma that, and unbox the unbox the token and take the second item to get the thing, and then to get the actual text and color. I think that works. Let's see. So jpres and then j code jcolor load toke.ijs. I'll insert toke. Domain error. The domain error is coming from right here. Oh, I think that's. I think it returns a number, and we want to say decimal from, or hex from decimal. Let's try that. Color line. It looks like it's fine, except so when we do this, we can't. So jlex line is that. So we want like take like the first item out of it. Okay, so those are my tokens. And so we're going to take like the first token out of those. Let's take like the fifth token. Third token. Second token. Let's take 10, first 10 tokens. All right, so for each one of those, I guess really we won't like the second one, like 1. Okay. So TT is equal to that. Now we're going to say, I'm just taking the highlighted line. So take that, open it up. That's some text. And now we want to say oh, I see. So it's this. It's until I do that step, it's got a new line, or it's got a shape to it. Not sure why. Not sure why it has an extra axis there. Seems like that's kind of unnecessary, but that's how it works, so that's how it is. And so then we just need to put color here. If you don't, then if you don't, so just draw that. So color. See, so it's you got to remove that extra axis and just turn it into a straight vector of the 9 characters. That'll do that. This comma does that. Otherwise, you get them stuck together. That's not a new line. That's well. So if we put like an X at the end, or we put like a pipe at the end, you'll see that there's sticky spaces in there. We don't want that. So I screwed it up. But putting that extra comma right here fixes that problem. I want to say echo that. Happy with that, but how does F write S? Write S. Hello. Hey. Write S. Go.b. You would think that if it's called F, then the F would be on this side and the S would be on this side. So the F write string, file write string, make a file called hello.a, right? ls. But it made hello.b. That's so weird. All right, so so rm hello.b. Okay, so it's backwards from what I would expect. So hello text. If you notice it was sticking these ellipses at the end, but I can't I can't copy and paste it. So jbb code, and now cat bb code dot, or just bb code. Not pretty. Somehow I have to capture this whole line and stick it into. I need to fix the line breaks and whatnot. But let's see. Where did Godot go? Oh. Scene. Oops, not that text. Label. We can edit that here. All right. Oh, okay. Maybe it respected the. I'm not sure how it would know that. Let's just see what that does. That's very close. I probably need to escape that. So right before the 175 color. There's that character. Right, so I think that's what it was, but now it's a space instead of a new line. And that's good. I'm happy with that. That's very nice. So that was easy. But now it's not centered anymore. Oh, and then because I didn't put center around it, I removed the word center, didn't I? All right, not pretty, but let's see what happens. Make sure all the colors look right. So 1, that is readable. So readable. Probably be a little bit darker. And that's readable. Oh, yeah, this one doesn't have so much contrast, especially the gray. So I'll make that one a little bit darker. So VMAT, a little bit darker. Yeah, I like that. I don't know which one is which. Okay. So now blah, 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 blah. Looks nice, looks nice. I have a... Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. In OBS, I could see like a border around myself. No, I can't show. That. Down here, 1. I want to move the word complex plane a little to the left. And then I think I'm good. I think I'm done. I'm not going to do any more animation than this. The animation is just going to be the toggling. So sorry for anybody who came here looking for animation. This is clearly not much of an animation other than toggling. But I'm happy with this. Run it again. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to call this a day. Not sure why that just happened. Why did the screen go blank? I think because I knocked over the drawing tablet, which is a screen. I think it's meant to show that screen. This is my drawing camera, or in OBS. Anyway, yeah. I guess I'll make this my screenshot. Just All right, here's how you do it. Here's how you do this. You take this, you move this guy over here, and okay, now. There you go. Whatever. Something like that. And all right, I'll see you guys later. Not that anyone's actually watching this, but if you've watched on YouTube, thanks for watching, and check out my other channel where this will actually be used in the Mandelbrot set video. Hopefully there'll be a link to the final video down below. All right, thanks.